Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the world of advertising. We're gonna find that one thing, that secret ingredient, that makes a campaign not just good, but unforgettable. We're talking about marketing that goes beyond just selling a product and actually connects with you on a human level.
So let's just jump right in with a question. Have you ever seen an ad that just gets you? You know, one that feels like it's literally reading your mind? Maybe it's a slogan or a quick commercial, but it just perfectly nails a feeling you've had but couldn't quite put into words. Well, that little bit of marketing magic, it has a name. It's called a consumer insight. And look, it's not just some dry data point or a simple fact. It's way deeper. It's this unspoken truth about our motivations, what we really need, and maybe even our secret desires. It's the real why behind the things we do. You know, the funny thing about the most powerful insights is that once you hear them, they feel, well, completely obvious. It's that sudden flash of recognition, right? That aha moment, where a hidden truth is suddenly out in the open and everything just clicks. I mean, just take this classic from Snickers. It is such a simple human truth. Come on, we've all been there, right? You're cranky, you can't focus, you're just not yourself because you're hungry. It was a truth hiding in plain sight, just waiting for some smart marketer to grab it. And this is what's so brilliant about it. That one little observation about being hangry became the foundation for years of super creative, totally memorable ads. It connected a simple chocolate bar to this feeling we all know. That's the power we're talking about. Okay, but to really wrap our heads around what an insight is, we've got to talk about what it isn't. Because there's a massive difference between just a plain old fact and a real deep truth. So let's break that down. So an observation? That's just a surface level fact, like people want to have a lot of money. Okay, yeah, true, but so what? It's kind of boring. An insight, though, digs into the juicy stuff, the tension and how we act. We want money, but we're always putting off saving for later. It's that contradiction, that but, that's where the good stuff is. And here's another thing. Real insights talk like real people. Nobody, and I mean nobody, actually thinks to themselves, I require a comprehensive integrated telecommunications solution. That's just corporate speak. What we really think is simple, emotional stuff like, I wish this game would download before my coffee gets cold. An insight captures the words that are actually in your head. So here's the bottom line. A true insight has to have some real punch to it. It can't just be some flat, boring statement. It's not just a number you pull from a report, and it's definitely not some random shower thought you haven't tested. It's got to be backed by something real and connect with an actual human feeling. All right, so we know what not to do. Now for the fun part. What are the building blocks of a really great insight? Let's look at the anatomy of what it takes to get to that aha moment. Yeah, you can almost think of it like a recipe. First, it's got to be simple. So simple that it feels obvious after you hear it. It has to be relevant, actually mattering to people. It needs to hit you on an emotional level. And for the right group of people, it should feel totally universal. On top of all that, it's got to be authentic. You have to believe it. And the final touch, it needs to offer a fresh, new perspective on something. Probably the best way to see how this all comes together is to look at some legendary campaigns. I mean, they're famous for a reason, and every single one started with one of these simple, hidden truths. Okay, think about this for a second. You know that awkward little dance we all do? When there's one piece of cake left, or the last slice of pizza, or the last square of chocolate. Nobody wants to look greedy, right? But deep down, you also love the feeling of sharing it with someone. This insight from Milka just nails that tension perfectly. So what did Milka do with this insight? It was genius. They didn't just make an ad about sharing, they baked it into the product itself. They literally took the last square out of their chocolate bars and gave people a way to send it to someone they love. They took that hidden truth and made it a real, physical thing. All right, next up, let's look at a single number, just one statistic that completely unlocked one of the most famous ad campaigns of like the last 20 years. That number, 60%. It turns out the data showed that women buy 60% of all men's body wash. And for Old Spice, that was a huge aha moment. They realized they were talking to the wrong person. They weren't talking to their actual shopper. So they totally pivoted and started talking directly to women. The result? The man your man could smell like. A campaign that was hilarious, iconic, and a massive success. Now that is what a data-driven insight can do.
Okay, here's another one, and this one is so true about human nature. We love learning about ourselves, right? We're curious, but we also have this incredible urge to share what we find out with other people. This insight taps into those two powerful drives, our love for a little self-discovery and our need to connect.
And this is exactly why Spotify Wrapped isn't just a cool feature. It's a full-blown cultural moment every single year. It hands you this personalized story about your life told through music, and then it makes it super easy and even cool to share that story with everyone you know. It's brilliant.
So, okay, it's pretty clear these insights are game changers, but they can feel kind of hard to find, right? So how do you actually go about hunting for these hidden truths for your own work, your own brand, or even just a new idea?
Well, the good news is the clues are literally everywhere. You just have to know where to look. They're in the hard data, sure, reports, research, all that stuff, but they're also out in the wild, and places like online comments, forums, and reviews where people are being brutally honest. You can even find them in the culture itself. What are people searching for on Google? What are they talking about on social media? What memes are taking off? It's all out there.
But out of all the tools you have, the most powerful one is also the simplest. It's just a 3-letter word. Why? Seriously, don't just settle for what you see on the surface. Dig deeper. Ask why people are doing that. Then ask why again and again. You have to keep digging until you get past the obvious stuff and find that real hidden motivation.
And that's our explainer. We'll leave you with this one final thought. The next huge idea, the next viral campaign, it's probably not going to come from some complex algorithm. It's probably hidden in a simple truth about people that you see every single day, but have just never stopped to really look at. So the question is, what are you overlooking?